Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy holidays to you all. Hopefully you've had a great Christmas and you're enjoying this sort of festive period before the new year kicks in and things get back to normality. Before we get into the Sonic Adventure First for Figures figure, I'm quickly going to unbox or unbag this little item here that popped up on Twitter the other day. I think it was the Sega Lounge that retweeted this that caught my eye. Or someone did anyway. And as soon as I saw it, I knew I couldn't pass this specific one up. It's come relatively quickly, actually, maybe just over a week. So this is from AiAi Studios, and a very unexpected but cool, let's get that out as well, addition to the collection here is an AiAi plush. Obviously AiAi from Super Monkey Ball. So they're still coming out with the Super Monkey Ball merch, which is nice to see. Comes with a little bit of a postcard here. Oh, this has got a nice feeling. This is soft. Oh, what was that? Soft. Oh, I can't think what it's called. Soft touch. Soft touch glossy texture on this card here. Really nicely designed. Catnip Bravo Adventures. I must resist. If I step near the light, I'm done for the day. What if there's something important out the window? Maybe I'll just take a quick look. And he falls asleep. Funny. Right, let's have a quick look at the AiAi plush before we get to the main event. Hopefully you're a Super Monkey Ball fan as well, if you're watching this. As well as Sonic, of course. I'll chuck the link for this in the description if you're interested in this, along with the link for the Sonic Adventure First for Figures statue. I actually got that from the Sega Shop UK. But this is, I'm not sure if this is an American company, but I don't remember having to pay American shipping prices, or do I? I can't remember actually. I'll put some details in the description, like I say. But yeah, really cool. Nice AiAi plush, Super Monkey Ball, AiAi Studios. Does it say Sega on there? It does, yeah, there's an @Sega logo. Very cool. Oh, he's got a tag here as well. For ages 3 and up, new material only. You can see the Super Monkey Ball logo on the actual label. Official AiAi plush. Not sure if that means they're going to be doing other monkeys, but I suppose AiAi is kind of all they need to do in theory. There's a couple of like sort of loose threads I can see here. He's got that sort of coming out of his belly there, or out of his t-shirt. And then there's one coming out the sleeve there, which hopefully you can sort of just snip and not be too concerned about, or just leave them. His sort of nose looks a little bit squashed. I don't know if you're sort of seeing that. It's like a weird crease there. But overall, generally, a really cool looking plush. I love his ears. I love his little antennae hairdo he's got going on there. It's a very well replicated Super Monkey Ball AiAi from the Super Monkey Ball. AiAi! Right, let's get into the Sonic figure now. I'm going to check it out right now with my trusty letter opener of the 7 stars to slice and dice its way through this packaging. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you've all enjoyed the big day. And yeah, whatever you did on Boxing Day as well, which has kind of just happened for me. Today was Boxing Day. Yeah, just a nice relaxed day away from the madness that was Christmas Day. But it was a rather enjoyable, festive day overall. So yeah, hopefully yours was too. Right, we're going to take it out of the box. Shove that down there. Loads of bubble wrap. This has come from the Sega Shop, Europe, or UK rather. Box was a little bit bashed actually. You can see there is a couple of little bashes to the actual packaging that you wouldn't normally get with a First figure shipped from First Figures, because obviously they put them in like insane protective cardboard and sides and stuff like that, which eventually we are going to have a look at, because standing next to me is the Sonic AiAi Definitive Edition statue that I'm yet to open, just because, well, I'll tell that story when we get to that particular video. But yeah, this is a nice figure from First Figures. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. Doesn't specifically say Sonic Adventure on the box, which is interesting. But it's a 9-inch PVC painted statue. Of course, it does on the sticker, but I mean, like, actually on the branding of the box, it isn't a specifically a Sonic Adventure branded box. It's only because of the sticker that it is. So this is a collector's edition with 2 LED functions in the base. So yeah, this was the middle one, which was only about $99.99, I think. There was a slightly cheaper one, maybe like $79.99, but it didn't come with the light. It's just a basic base. And then there was one that was like kind of double the price, like maybe like 300 quid almost, just for a light thing, like a light arch, which I didn't think was worth the extra 200 quid. Oh, it has got some branding on the back there actually, because it's got the pictures of the... That is the regular edition figure, by the way, that one. So that's what it's like. It's just the Sonic Adventures is the base, which it just looks a bit plain and like it's lacking something, which this gains by having an actual light base. So we're going to crack into that. We've got a nice foil sticker at the top there that says genuine official product, First Figures. Sonic, well, and not the Sonic logo, but some sort of a Sonic logo on the top there. Let's use the sword of the 7 stars again, or the letter opener, the 7 stars to get into here, like that. And there's 1 here, 2. Nice and simple, guys. It's one of them where you sort of bend it by trying to get it out. You can see actually how they've designed the box. They've just glued that to the hole there. Got a nice spring, well, not spring actually, the sort of the pinball. Okay, I think we can just pull it out like this, as so. Luckily it's not a huge figure, because when we get to the definitive AiAi, looking at the size of the box next to me, that is going to be a big figure. And obviously the sort of the Sonic figures that I've purchased from Sonic from First Figures in the past, you know, those insane resin massive figures. My plan is when I get round to the AiAi, I'll show off the previous Sonic First figures that I've collected over the years, and just see how she sort of fits in with the others. It's the first of its kind AiAi statue, so I'm looking forward to that. And the one I've got, the definitive edition, is so cool because it's got all the chows dotted around as well. So let's try and be careful with this. So I want to sort of pop these plastic sort of things out without forcing the figure to. I might be able to just pop it out there like so. There we go. So it's one of those, you know what I mean, how they just pop out like poppers. Well protected. It's got some sort of a weird, can you see that on the back of Sonic's? Let me see if we can get the shine on there. It's got some sort of like a, kind of like a greasy mark there. I believe that'll wipe off. Looks like it's wiping off. I'm not sure what the deal is there. It's got a little bit there. It's like, it's kind of like it's wet. It's not wet, it's all oil. Maybe they've oiled it for some reason. Maybe these, not sure on that. is some sort of a primer to stop something from happening while in the packaging, keep it pristine. So I'm not sure if it comes with, well, yeah, it must come with a rechargeable Li-ion battery or Li-ion battery for it to specify that. So that's good. We don't need to purchase a battery, but we may need to charge it. See, there's a charging port there. Hopefully you can, I'm saying some daft things here. I was going to say hopefully you can light it without having it constantly plugged in, but if it's a rechargeable battery, one would assume that you just charge it, and then that is probably the best way that they could do these kind of figures, you know, because previously the First for Figures statues, I mean, I've had to take the batteries out just because if you're not using them or they're on display, they're rather heavy, like the previous ones, the ones with the lights in. I've had to take the batteries out because obviously if they stay in too long, they start to leak, and then that can damage the springs and the actual ability to turn the lights on in the future. So kind of counterintuitive. It's nice, say if you're going to show off your Sonic display in a video, perhaps you'd put the batteries in, get them all lighting off, but for everyday regular display purposes you can't really leave the batteries inside them. I've seen people actually on YouTube that have kind of like created their own unique battery boxes for the original Sonic figures, so that, you know, they can flick a switch and turn them on, and without having to like lift the statue up and flick the buttons and all that sort of stuff that were on the previous figures. But yeah, about this figure in particular, as you can see, it's the Sonic Adventure box art pose, which I'm pretty sure I've got the game to hand, so we can get the game out there. You can kind of see they've tried to replicate that stance, which is pretty much bang on, to be fair. Really nice. Yeah, I love this figure actually. It's just the right size, it's not too over the top crazy, and I'm pretty sure, despite the lack of room I've got in my room, that I can find a home for that relatively easily. My plan with the AiAi one, and this is going back to the previous story that I was going to tell in that video, I'll probably retell it, but I've got the, I think it's the 20th anniversary Sonic, where the sort of the sign's spinning. I plan to sell that to make space. It's not my favourite Sonic figure from First for Figures actually, so yeah, and I don't really need 3 original Sonic figures, because I've got the modern Sonic on the Tornado, which is kind of different I suppose, and then the Sonic 20th. So I have got plans for that. We'll talk about that when we get into the AiAi video. But yeah, really nice. You can see the detail on the logo there. Obviously the clouds. It's got some sort of a textured look to it, shine. Kind of almost like 3D printing. Oh, it's got the build up, you know, when you're doing resin 3D printing or whatever. It's kind of got that sort of a built up effect. But it could be intentional, it could be a textured logo there. I think it looks really cool regardless. Quite nicely detailed, the rock effect they've got going on there. So yeah, let's see if it happens to light up. It doesn't. Okay, so we're going to charge it first, and then yeah, I think we'll continue from that point onwards. While it's charging, just to show you the little pamphlet that comes with here, there's a reward points code there, but I'm going to redeem that before you do, haha. So there's is this a diorama backdrop that we can print off perhaps from the website, because it certainly doesn't come with one that I'm aware of, unless it's in this box here. Oh, it is. Is that the one it means? Yeah, I reckon so. So, let's pop this off again. Kind of doesn't really slide out though. Or does it? Okay, it kind of does. Right, cool, okay. So let's put the box back over here again. So you can see, you've got the Sonic Adventure stand here. I wonder what we do with this top part, because obviously you're going to put that there if you want to display it like that. See what I mean? You've got that kind of a... I wonder, are you meant to tuck these to the other sides? Like maybe behind, I'll put everything behind that way, possibly. Well, I was kind of thinking that, but it's by bending it backwards, it does actually damage the box there. So if you have that idea, don't do what I've just done. But I was thinking perhaps you could stand those behind there and you'd have that effect. Maybe I should have read the instructions a little bit more. Doesn't really say anything. It just says, oh, cut along the dotted lines. Is there dotted lines? Not for the original box that I can see. So I wonder if you are meant to print something off from somewhere. I mean, it's there. That's basically what that's showing. So unless you have to like just cut down there, and cut the top off, potentially. Yeah, it is actually, because look, it's got the circle hole at the top there. So there's no actual dotted lines unless they're on that side. No. So have they forgot the dotted lines, or? I mean, I could easily cut them at the creases and display it like that, but is it going to stand up? I guess it is standing up as it is, right? But will it not stand up without these these side things? Yeah, not sure on that. I think I probably won't have the cardboard display anyway. But as you can see, there's the standard edition. If we can get it to focus. There's the collector's edition, and then the resin painted statue. It's 2 inches bigger, but that's just because of that big circular light thing that I mentioned. There's the AiAi one, the upcoming one that we're going to check out soon. Not too bothered about that tails, not too bothered about the shadow because I've already got shadow. Super shadow would be cool, but again, I'm getting out of this collecting malarkey because I've just got no space. I've got too much stuff, and yeah, I'm starting to make some budget cuts. He says, as he's got a statue here. Yeah, I think we're going to put this back, but we'll get back to the charging of the statue, and probably end the video with showing off the lighting effect. Right guys, I'm back with the Sonic Adventure statue. I've had it plugged in overnight with a similar cable to this, but yeah, for some reason, even though it's a rechargeable lithium battery, it needs to be plugged in for it to power, which is strange. You'd think that it would literally charge that battery, considering it's a rechargeable battery, and you'd be able to unplug it, take it away, turn it on, and it'd light up. But unfortunately, it seems to need to be hardwired. You can see it's got the green light on the back, which I thought meant it was charging. So yeah, not quite sure. I mean, if anyone else has got this figure and can say that it does charge, perhaps it was because I was charging it in the house with this wire, or well, not the specific wire, but a wire similar to this that we used charging like my daughter's tablet. That's directly plugged into like a USB slot on an extension lead, so it's not hardwired. This is technically hardwired, if that makes sense. This is like a plug with a cable that plugs into the plug, you know, like you would like an Apple iPhone kind of a plug, that kind of a style. That's what I'm using here. But I feel like if you unplug it, see what I mean? It's not holding any of the charge, which yeah, a bit peculiar. That would have made it a really cool addition to these figures. I know First for Figure figures have started having these USB ports on the back, but I mean, it's very difficult to hide a wire, especially if you've got quite a few of these statues, and then you've got to find plugs for them, and they've kind of got to be plugged in 24/7 just for that one moment where you want to power it up and, you know, get this awesome effect that we're getting here with the Sonic Adventure light, which is really cool. It would be nice, however, if these rechargeable lithium-ion batteries could be recharged and charged, you know, without needing to be constantly plugged in there. I'm not sure the reason behind that, but yeah, just be mindful that at least in my case here, I can't get this to sort of hold charge and light up without needing the wire in the back there. Hopefully I've explained that okay, but we're going to turn the light off here, and at least you're going to get the effect of the Sonic Adventure glow there. So when you've got this stood up on your your nightstand or on your shelf there, this is how it's going to look. So there's actually two light settings. This is the sort of the stationary light setting, and there's a light, if I can find the button, which I think is probably the cooler of the two. It has this sort of pulse, slow pulse. That's really cool. Yeah, I think that is my preferred light of the two. It's just a shame that you need to have it plugged in, and as you can see in the back, there's like an LED light that sort of shows you what mode it's in. So when it was on the stationary mode, it was solid green, which is why I thought it was charging. And then when you're on the blinking mode, it keeps blinking between red and green, which is slightly distracting because obviously in the dark you can see this light, you can see it turning red, you can see it turning green. So yeah, not sure the reason behind that one either. As you can kind of see, green. Actually, you can't really see the reflection of the red from behind there, which is why I thought it was charging, to be honest. But yeah, it isn't. But I mean, the effect is fantastic. I think it's only like £20 more for the light, the ability to plug this in, and for the base aspect as well, rather than it just sitting on the Sonic Adventure logo. So I think it's worth the additional money, despite you needing to actually keep it hardwired at all times. And get the phone. I'll show you from head on there, that sort of effect that you're going to get when it's sat on your shelf. I mean, this is quite cool actually, how it's reflecting on the table. So yeah, very, very cool stuff, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching the unboxing there. Maybe it's sold you on the figure, or maybe it's put you off the figure. Hopefully it's sold it, because I think it's an incredible figure, especially for the price. You know, these first for figure figures are notoriously expensive. They are typically the resin ones that do come with the expense. They're heavy, they're weighty, they feel premium. They are amazing figures. You know, you really got to protect them because they're that well designed and detailed and hand painted, and they look gorgeous. That is why you are paying a premium on those first for figure type figures, whereas this is the more affordable option in their Sonic line. This is created with PVC, which is a type of plastic, right? But yeah, stunning figure still. If you're a Dreamcast fan, a Sonic Adventure fan, a Sega fan, from that sort of era of the Dreamcast days, yeah, I think this is definitely a figure for your wish list. Maybe you've had a bit of Christmas money and you've been eyeing this up. Yeah, I'd recommend this figure. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the intro with the AiAi Super Monkey Ball plush as well. Adding a bit more excitement to this specific video, and just so it's not me droning on and on like I am doing right now. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.